So for this tutorial we're going to be doing a simple undercut. I'm going to start out with my one guard all the way open, and I'm going to start removing the bulk. This is the first video of the Bread and Butter Cuts channel. The camera angles are going to be pretty janky because obviously this is my first attempt at a tutorial. My first attempt at editing, music, the whole works. So you're seeing ground zero right here, day one. So cut me a little slack. I'm super proud of this video because it is my first attempt. I'm hoping to produce a lot of good content for new barbers, beginner barbers, and even seasoned barbers. Now that we're finished with our one guard, we're going to start tapering out the back. I've got my blade all the way open and I'm going just to the bend of the occipital bone. Now I'm closing my blade halfway and I'm going right up to the line that I made with the clipper open. Being careful not to go through the line. I'm going up to it, but I'm not through it. Now I'm going to close the blade a little bit more, a quarter more, so we're almost closed, and I'm going to go right back up to that line that I just made with the clipper halfway. Now I'm going to close it all the way, go right up to the line I just made, then blend that out completely. Now I got my half guard on there, my 1/16 guard. I've got it open halfway, and I'm going to start blending up to that number 1. So you can't see it from the camera, but I noticed a faint line, so I'm going to go back with my clipper all the way open, and I'm going to hit it with the corners and try and blend out that line completely. Give it a nice, blurry transition. Gonna close it just a little bit to help me blur that out, and we're good to go. I'm doing the same thing on the temple. I'm hitting it with the blade open, then I'm gonna close it halfway, go up to that line, close it another quarter way, go up to that line, and then I'm gonna close it all the way and blend it right out. Now I got my half guard on there, my 1/16, halfway closed. I'm gonna start blending that into the one guard. Now this is where my camera angle gets all messed up. You can't see what I'm cutting on top, but I'm just directing the hair straight up 90 degrees, and I'm cutting it down to the length that I want. I'm combing it back, and I'm pulling my layers back because this is going to be a slick back hairstyle. So I made my first guideline when I cut the front. Now I'm just going to follow through and make sure everything's the same length. cross-check your work. Make sure that there's no tails, no high spots, no stray hairs before you move on to the next step of the haircut. This guy's got super thick hair, and so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing two things. I'm going to be removing bulk and adding texture. I've got my texturizing shears, and I'm making some pretty fat parts, probably about an inch or so, and I'm making 3 cuts. My first cut is mid-shaft, my second cut is about a ½ inch above that one, and my third cut is going to be right at the ends. It's going to give it some awesome texture. It's going to be easier for him to manage because it won't be so thick. It's going to lay down a lot better for him. So now I've got my edgers, and we're just going to outline the whole haircut. Remove any kind of stray hairs above the ears and clean up the neckline. I'm just going to apply some shave cream, and I'm going to come back with the straight razor and re-outline the haircut. Give it nice sharp edges, nice clean definition, and just really set this haircut off. Blow dry the hair with a vent brush just to give it some extra volume and a little bit of direction. I'm going to apply very little matte paste. The blow dryer pretty much did the work for me, just adding the product for a little extra hold. And there you have it. Simple undercut.